Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that quick setup and playthrough of the game Carcassonne. As a reminder, if you're coming across this video as part of my just quick review and afterthoughts, bear in mind that when I'm reviewing this and going through it, it was based around the base game of Carcassonne only, not the included Rivers and Abbott's mini expansion that came with this print. So with that said, dive right in. Starting with the components of this one. This game was actually originally printed in 2000, so I don't have much comparison to go on for the 2000 print as I got this one way later. But it's such a classic game that by now, if either you've been in the hobby, you probably already own it, or if you're just starting out, definitely add this one. I'm not going to add a whole lot into this that hasn't already been said, probably by, a few dozen people already. But I'll dive in all the same. Components. Really good, really strong, really solid. The tiles are really good, thick cardboard stock, which I appreciate. The player board, however, I think could be, or the scoreboard, could be a little bit nicer. And I found that over the years that I've had this one, it's kind of become a little bit warped. So that hasn't stood the test of time, but the player tile, or the tiles have. So there's that one. The meeple, standard wood, straightforward meeples. It's your classic one. And when people think about meeples, this is probably the game that they're thinking of when they think of it. Components, I guess the box insert, even on the base game, leaves a little bit to be desired. I like more organization. If you get any additional expansions beyond what's included in this, then you're going to have to go get a bigger box and keep them separate. Or I know that there's another reprint out there for Carcassonne, the big box, which includes, I think, 3 or 4 of their expansions, which is pretty cool. But the base insert that's in this one, guys, passable. It fits the components well enough, but nothing special or great about it. Why should you add this one to your collection? Because it is a classic. It's really good. It's so streamlined, simple to learn, simple to teach, simple to play, because you're placing a tile, putting down a meeple. Now, there are some nuances in there which can get a little bit tricky, like when you're building into things, and what's a valid build in and valid placement, etc. But overall, I think after one playthrough, it's easy to pick up and get. So definitely pick it up if you yourself are just getting into the hobby or you want to introduce someone else into the hobby. So much like my video last week where I reviewed Pandemic, this is just another game that's sort of a staple entry-level type game that is just, so well known and widespread that, it's really easy for people to get into. Same thing with the other themes. The theme of this one does work, but the type of game that it is leaves it wide open for a various number of themes. One player at our game night, he actually recently got the Carcassonne Star Wars edition, which I thought was fucking awesome. So you can take the core elements of this game and skin it in any which way. And I'm sure there's a subreddit for it. I'll just have to do a little bit of investigation and check it out. Reasons why you may not want to add this one into your collection. I guess it can get old fast. And that's an interesting gripe about such a classic game. But because it is so simple, there's really only so many ways to play. And then you're forced into either getting expansions, which don't fit in the box, which frustrates me as a gamer. And then there's a lot of expansions to the game. So you may not want to add it into your collection if you're the type that only has a few games and you get those individual games to the table. Because I'll tell you what, as much as I do enjoy Carcassonne, when I reach for the shelf, it's not going to be the first one that I grab, however great and classic it may be. So if you only own, less than a dozen games and you're looking to add Carcassonne and you play your games over and over and again, this one might get stale quick. So warning, caveat, whatever. So anyway, guys, those are my thoughts and impression of this really tried and true classic style game, Carcassonne. I'm sure most of you already own it. If you're just coming across this video and you don't, go pick it up. You know, again, it's probably 20 bucks or less. I think I got this one from Cool Stuff Inc. for $15. So usually on some type of fire sale because it is just an old classic style game. So guys, if you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Happy to answer them. If you like the content and you happened on this video, feel free to leave a quick subscribe. Definitely appreciate the support for everything that I'm doing over here. But until next time, everyone, thanks for watching.